Up here. Okay, got to have oxygen at this level. I've never been up this high in this committee before, so. All right, Madam Chair, it's great to have you in front of our committee again. Thank you very much. And I just came, I'm sort of bouncing between two committee hearings, and I was in front of, or we had Secretary Ernie Moniz testifying over in the Science Committee. So I'm going to ask you some questions about oil and gas in just a second. But what I'd like to do is start with your report. And I always enjoy taking a look at the graphs that the Federal Reserve prepares. And I'd like to start with page 3, your first graph, basically, and to talk about the increase in employment that we've seen pretty much on a monthly basis. The report says that about 280,000 people per month additional employment. Is that right?
Sorry, for the last 6 months, it's been 280,000 a month. For the last 12, 267.
Okay, so just to put things back in perspective, at the end of the Bush administration, the beginning of the Obama administration, we were losing in the neighborhood of 700,000 to 800,000 jobs a month, were we not?
Yes.
So we basically have a swing of almost 1 million jobs a month.
We do.
Okay. I'd say that's pretty successful given where we were and where we are today. And looking at your chart number 4, which is found on page 5, that's what's reflected in that chart, is it not?
Yes, chart 4 is an index that our staff produce of labor market conditions. It takes many different aspects of the job market into account, and the size of the bar shows essentially the extent of improvement, and you see, it varies from month to month, but a pattern of improvement.
Well, and the reason I'm asking this is just some of the questions and some of the sort of approaches that have been taken, would get you to believe that we've struggled gaining jobs, but at this point we're on average almost 300,000 jobs a month.
Yet for the last 3 months, we've actually had 336,000 jobs a month.
Well, and some of my colleagues' areas may be suffering, and I'm sorry for that. I can say in Colorado, we're at a very good employment rate in the neighborhood of 3.5%, which is better than we've been in many, many years. So we're feeling pretty good, which brings me, though, to a concern that I have, and you discussed early in your testimony, and that's the effect of the recent decline in oil prices on economic activity. In Colorado, we have a pretty diverse economy, but we certainly are an energy-producing state. Texas is, a number of the states are. And so my concern is, given the dramatic drop in price, and this is what I talked to Secretary Moniz about, given the dramatic drop in price of oil, what effect do you think that's going to have? You said you thought the net effect would be positive on the U.S. economy. I guess my fear is, back when I first started practicing law, the oil prices were at $30 a barrel, they dropped to 10. It hurt Texas badly, it hurt Colorado, it hurt oil-producing and energy-producing states pretty substantially. And so my fear, looking out for my state, is I don't want to see that happen again. And if it's coupled with a fragile Europe, which you talked about, I'd be worried about the overall effect on the economy, and just like you to comment on that.
So, and I indicated in my testimony, this huge decline in oil prices is going to result in job loss, I think, in the energy industry. And if you wanted to turn to page 9 of our testimony of the Monetary Policy Report, you would see a graph of what's happened to domestic oil drilling rigs in operation, and you see that just plummeting over the last 3 to 6 months. So there's going to be reduced drilling, reduced capital expenditures in the energy sector, and it will have a negative impact on several states where that's important.
And I would just ask the Federal Reserve to continue to keep an eye on this sphere of the economy for the effects it might have overall.
Yes, we will.
Thank you.